You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie traps that failed.
No. I'm going to leave them alone and not actually witness them dying. I'm just going to assume it all went to plan. What?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most clever traps in films that, no matter how simple or convoluted, practical or impractical, failed to catch or kill their intended prey. Also, spoilers ahead for this one. Did we leave out a successful escape or faulty contraption? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Castle Booby Traps. Scooby-Doo. In Mystery Inc.'s live-action debut, the meddling kids, or rather, adults, investigate a strange island resort that's supposedly haunted.
And the young people that come off that barge, the people I love the most, they're in danger.
When they first split up and look for clues, they are caught up in a haunted castle theme park attraction gone wrong. The animatronics seemingly go haywire. Daphne gets trapped on a roller coaster, Shaggy and Scooby get wrapped up in fake food, and Fred and Velma, let's just say they have to watch their heads.
Try the bookcase. What? One of these has got to open a secret passageway.
Velma, this is a ride!
You got a better plan, Fred?
If you're an OG fan of the franchise, chances are you'll recognize these traps from the gang's Hanna-Barbera days. They survive thanks to Velma's quick thinking and Fred's dumb luck, and end up shutting down the haunted castle. It's a great callback to older adventures and charmingly campy with great performances by the cast.
We made it, Scoob! We're alive! That was weird.
Number 9. Mysterio's Illusion. Spider-Man Far From Home. A trickster managing to rival Loki, Mysterio's deceptions are notorious throughout Marvel Comics.
You can call me Quentin. But you handled yourself well out there today. Saw what you did with the tower. We could use someone like you on my world.
In his MCU debut, this proves just as true when Spider-Man is caught in a nightmarish hologram Mysterio projects all around him. Peter Parker's reality warps every which way, toying with his fears of losing MJ and grief over Iron Man's death. The physical damage, though, that's as real as ever.
It's easy to fool people when they're already fooling themselves.
All this culminates in Mysterio abruptly luring Peter onto a railroad to be hit by a train. While the villain certainly comes close to killing Spider-Man, the web slinger is as resilient as ever, albeit bloodied and nearly broken, both inside and out.
But for what it's worth, Peter, I really am sorry.
Number 8. An elaborate rat trap. The Great Mouse Detective. The story of this Disney cult classic follows the Sherlock Holmes-style mouse, Basil, as he works to solve a conspiracy put together by arch-nemesis, Professor Ratigan.
I love it when I'm nasty.
After capturing Basil and co., Ratigan sets up an elaborate trap involving a hatchet, a pistol, an anvil, and of course, a mousetrap. But like any good detective, Basil finds a way to narrowly escape death and save his friends.
Get ready, Dawson! Steady!
It's a finely animated sequence that shows how a complicated situation can be solved with a simple solution. Also, who doesn't love a classic Rube Goldberg machine, even if it did fall apart in the end?
And so ends the short, undistinguished career of Basil of Baker Street.
Number 7. The 50-mile-per-hour bus. Speed. In this 90s action thriller classic, Mad Bomber Howard Payne, played by the late Dennis Hopper, rigs a public bus in Los Angeles to explode if it goes under 50 miles per hour, all the while demanding nearly $4 million in ransom.
No, this is about me. This is about my money. This is about money due me, which I will collect. $3.7 million.
Working to save the people on the bus and to keep it from detonating in a populated area, Officer Jack Travin, played by Keanu Reeves, devises a plan to trick Payne into viewing a looped recording of the bus interior while offloading the passengers onto another bus.
There's a camera on the bus just over my left shoulder. I want you to stare straight ahead. Don't make any big movements. Okay?
This plan just barely succeeds, thwarting Payne's hostage scheme and giving us a satisfying explosion that takes out the bus and, as a bonus, a plane. Plus, no one was hurt, not even that one guy.
Are you alright? It's okay. It's okay, it's over. It's over, Emmy, you did it.
Number 6. The Zombie Rope Trap. I Am Legend. Robert Neville survives alone with his dog in New York City as he tries to find a cure for a vampiric zombie outbreak.
In 2009, A deadly virus burned through our civilization, pushing humankind to the edge of extinction.
It only takes lowering his guard once for Neville to be caught in a steel wire trap that the zombies placed to catch him. As night falls, he narrowly escapes and fends off several infected dogs before returning to his secured home.
What the hell are you doing out here, Fred? How did you get out here? Fred, if you're real, you better tell me right now!
The trap mirrors one he used earlier in the film to capture a zombie for his experiments, and also shows how the infected may not be as mindless as Neville thinks. While this is a trap that doesn't manage to kill Neville, his dog does get infected, leading to a gut-wrenching mercy kill. Number 5. Buried Underground, Kill Bill Volume 2. Part 2 of Quentin Tarantino's magnum opus sees Beatrix Kiddo, aka The Bride, going after the last few members of her former hitman squad and their leader, Bill.
You've got to get over being mad at me and start becoming afraid of me, because she is coming, and she's coming to kill you.
However, Bill's brother Bud is ready when the bride comes for him and takes her out with a shotgun blast before burying her alive. Unwilling to accept her fate, the bride channels all her strength and the teachings of her martial arts master, Pai Mei, to literally punch her way to freedom. Bud's brutal use of rock salt shells mixed with his insults makes for a real nail-biting moment. Still, the bride's focus and sheer willpower prevail in a scene that shows how easily Tarantino can put together art house and grindhouse cinema in a seamless fashion.
She must suffer to her last breath.
Well, that, little darling, I can pretty much damn well guarantee.
Number 4. The Laser Trap, Goldfinger. When 007 begins to unravel the conspiracy of Operation Grand Slam, the mastermind Auric Goldfinger has the agent bound in a laboratory to be vertically cut in half with a laser.
It can project a spot on the moon, or at closer range, cut through solid metal. I will show you.
Boasting about how he expects Mr. Bond to die, Goldfinger's judgment is swayed when 007 tricks him into thinking he knows about his master plan. This scene is probably one of the most iconic moments in the Bond series, with the high-powered laser burning through metal with ease and making its way up to James's nether region.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last.
Sean Connery and Gert Fruba both give outstanding performances, with the former appearing genuinely frightened and desperate, while the latter is perfectly smug, before inevitably being filled with doubt, of course.
You are quite right, Mr. Bond. You are worth more to me alive.
Number 3. The Water Cube, Saw 5. No list of traps would be complete without one entry from Saw.
We were all supposed to die.
This test is for Peter Strahm, who's on the trail of the current Jigsaw killer, Mark Hoffman. Getting too close to the answers, Strahm gets his head encased in a glass box, slowly filling with water.
Hey!
In a Jigsaw test that seems foolproof, Strahm has to think fast and take drastic measures. For instance, stabbing himself in the neck to perform a tracheotomy. The snare is an elaborate and impressive display of practical effects in the franchise, with the brutality coming from the act of escape rather than failure. Even though it goes without razor-sharp blades or grinding gears, this trap is still just as effective and lethal.
Throughout this ordeal, if we've learned anything, it's that human life is sacred.
Number 2. The Battle of Endor, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Admiral Akbar said it best.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47! It's a trap!
To bring the war between the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire to an end, Palpatine purposefully leaks intelligence to lure the Rebels into a trap between the new Death Star and the Imperial fleet. However, against all odds, the native Ewoks fight back against the Imperial ground forces, allowing Han Solo and Princess Leia to shut down the Death Star shield generator and Lando to destroy the power station. On top of this, Darth Vader finally turns back to the light in order to save his son, killing the Emperor in the process. Decades of planning, corruption, and war across the galaxy all goes down the tubes.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Rolling Boulder, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones is introduced to audiences as he explores a temple in Peru, seeking a golden idol surrounded by deadly snares that scare or kill off his crew.
Señor, nobody's come out of there alive. Please.
After a suspenseful scene of trying to take the idol, the temple begins to fall apart, forcing Jones to flee from a massive boulder rolling down the entrance ramp.
No time to argue. Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip.
Give me the whip!
Adios, señor.
Indy's frantic flight and the boulder's speed make for an incredibly thrilling moment that had moviegoers on the edge of their seats. The build-up to this trap is a masterclass in suspense by Steven Spielberg, and Harrison Ford's performance and stunt work in this scene make for one of the most iconic moments in cinema history. And that's just the first act.
Dr. Jones, again we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.